And welcome back to everyone tuning in on cell phones, tablets, devices, laptops. I don't know what anybody watches on these anymore on streaming services. But hey, we are live reality games here covering something new and something different for us. Typically, we see a lot of Big Brother, Survivor, maybe some of the Mole live reality games. But here we're joined with Bill from The Amazing Hunt. Super excited. Bill, welcome. How are you?
Hi, everyone. My name is Bill. I'm the producer of The Amazing Hunt, and I'm doing good. How's everyone?
Good.
I'm doing great.
Also, of course, on screen with us, Jaira. Jaira is joining us also right down the road from Bill, perhaps fellow, now I forgot the word, Vancouverite. That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
Jaira, for folks that don't know, Jaira is the host and producer and kind of does everything for Survivor BC, which has a finale coming out really soon. Jaira, how are you?
I'm doing great, Dustin. I'm so glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about your finale coming up before we get over to Bill and focus on The Amazing Hunt. How's that going?
Oh, the finale episode is going well. I'm editing it like day and night the past few days. It's coming up really soon. I'm hoping by next week. And it's a final six. Gonna come down to the final three, and then we'll have a winner. So it's really exciting.
I'm super excited to see that. And Bill, you keep up with the show too a little bit, right? For BC?
Yes.
Yeah. So Bill joins us. We're going to talk about The Amazing Hunt, one of the amazing races, coined as one of Vancouver's international best TV reality adventures, something like that.
Thank you.
But Bill, how did you get started in all this?
Well, I started reality TV games back in if I really have to date myself, it's about, I would say, 23 years ago.
Well, approximately,
since I was 18. Because reality TV is actually something in Asia, and that's where I'm from. So then I started since I was 18, and I was hosting live reality game shows in high school and university for my friends. And it was like teams of two competing with each other. And after that's all said and done, that took me 6 years. And then when The Amazing Race came on, I think back in 2000 or 2001, if anybody like to correct me, please do. So then I watched several seasons. It's basically my favorite show. And since back then, and even for Survivor at this point right now, the Canadians are still not able to join the show, join the actual Amazing Race US. So then I thought maybe it's a good idea to start my own. It's something that I like to get myself into, reality. I like reality games. And then that's basically how I started in 2004. And that's all before iPhones, social media, and everything.
So it's just amazing to see how far you've taken this. I've seen some of the earlier clips of your early Amazing Hunt races. Yeah. And nowadays they look amazing. So anyone tuning at home, I do want to share a little intro I have pulled up here. This, I believe, isn't exactly the 10th anniversary, but it's something soon, and it looks amazing. So we're going to...
That's actually the 10th anniversary you're pulling up. We can go to either one, and then I can explain a little bit more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's check out the YouTube here.
Yeah.
So the 10th anniversary race, is that the one premiering that's upcoming now, or is that a different one?
Yeah, it is on February 15, Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Ooh.
The reason why I chose Monday, because in Canada, there is something called a Family Day, which is on usually the first Monday after Valentine's Day. And most of people are actually home. They don't have to go to work. So I think that premiere date was tailored to Canadians, unfortunately, not to anywhere outside of Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, we're starting a new podcast covering Survivor Liberty University here pretty soon. I think we picked Mondays as our podcasting day. So Mondays is good for everyone, I think. So
yes. Especially in this time, every day is a good day for everybody. Yeah,
absolutely, especially with everything going on. So Bill, I do have queued up your stream of the Amazing Race here on, you said YouTube. So we'll go here and we'll check out a video. So where are we looking at?
We're looking at probably just go to video, I guess.
Videos, okay.
Yeah, the first one where you see a lot of people right there. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here, folks. It is just amazing, by the way. Okay, we're not
So
going to
good.
Ariana Grande. We're going to close that out, but but just knowing how far and like how many aspects you've been through in this hunt, it's just incredible.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a long time in the making, especially for that one. Nowadays we all like see the reality TV show, the actual reality TV show like Survivor, An Amazing Race, Big Brother. We are all super fans, and that's how I started as super fan. And as basically that particular promo that I just did not too long ago was actually like sort of like a tribute to the actual Amazing Race season 32 when they told the world that they had to travel 1 million miles around the world. So I took inspiration of that basically in a way to tell people how far the Amazing Hunt has come since 2004. So we visited 12 cities and hundreds, and then we've done 34 races, 178 challenges, and so forth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just incredible. Jaira, how much did you know about this? Being locally from there, have you heard about it like around town or just like advertised at all? Or you see people running on the street, you're like, hey, slow down. What are you going for?
I hadn't heard about it until I think one of your contestants, Bill, Matthew Hoagley, he applied for my series, and then from there he told me about how he competed on the Amazing Hunt, and from there I checked up the videos that you had back then in 2017, and it was amazing. It was I had no idea that the Amazing Hunt existed, and then later on you messaged me as well and told me all about your series, your live reality game, and it was really interesting. Like I was really interested in wanting to compete. Just I wasn't at that. I just wasn't ready to compete in anything at that point.
Yeah, Bill, what is your casting process like? Can anybody apply to play this game?
Yeah, everybody can apply. We don't actually have a casting process. The only thing that I always ask people is that we cast people with one question that we really ask to everybody is that what's your phobia and what's your safety concern? Because we have so many different challenges, and there is some eating challenges where some people doesn't eat a particular type of thing. So we'll only say no to teams if there's something we already put out and then it's not really safe for them. But otherwise, everybody's welcome. We'll welcome people with different age, race, sexuality, gender, and anybody. Right? But you have to be at least 19 years old to apply. But if you apply with like a guardian, you can be 14 to participate.
That sounds so much fun. Like, can you do like big group events too? Like if I just get a bunch of like the Survivor BC people together and be like, hey, let's do like a big race or something.
Yeah, we also do that, and that's the time which I focused on when I went on a hiatus. So it is a long story. Let's not get into that yet. But like I do group public events, and that's why you see where we all videotape everything. And we also do private events. So for example, if a big group of Survivor BC people want to do the race on their own, we do that as well. There won't be any filming, so they can do whatever they like. Yeah. So they don't have to worry about what they look like when they're doing the challenges.
Gotcha. So
the racers are very careful about what they look like during the race, right? So,
but in this one specifically, what happens on the race stays on the race, I guess you can say, right?
Yeah. It's always like that. Yeah.
Now, we have the 10th anniversary coming up. So you've done so many seasons and so many things. We have a contestant out there saying it sounds so very fun. So that sounds amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What's special about this 10th anniversary for you, Bill?
So then when we were talking about the group race earlier, so how the Amazing Hunt has kind of developed is since we started 2004. So now it's 2020. The race we've done is in 2020. So within that 16 years, I actually took a hiatus. I'm not sure if anybody in the live reality game community have ever felt that they sort of reached to a certain point, they really can't do anything more. And until a certain point, that was about 30 races I've done till that point. And I was like, I need to take some time off.
Bill, I would like to interject and say I totally understand the hiatus thing after hosting, after COVID, after thunderstorms of having to cancel events. It's just rough. Jaira, you're nodding your head too.
Yep. I'm in the same boat too. I totally feel you, Bill.
Yeah. And then every once in a while we all get re-energized and we come back and really like take this by the horns, I guess you could say, and just run with it. So I'm super excited to see you back and doing this once again. So
then that was, I stopped 2011, and not like someone just take a year or 2 years off. I actually took about 7 years off, right? So it took 7 years off. But then coming back is always on the back of my mind. So then I officially back in 2019, which is I presented our unfinished business race. That was the first race I came back to do. So then if my math isn't really that good. So when I counted and I was doing 2004, 2005 to 2011, that's like 8 years. And 2019, 9th year, 2020, technically it's the 10th year of the public race we have done. But the Amazing Hunt history is about 16 years plus right now. So it's a little bit different math inside. So
you have some cast bios up on the website right now. So anybody checking out should watch those. And it's just really interesting to see what contestants you have brought back for this, and some even new contestants. You have one contestant, Allison. I think she said it's been 13 years since she ran a race or something like that.
Yeah. So Allison did her first race in 2010, and she did it with her younger sister. Then 10 years later, and then of course those people will ask me, am I doing this again? I would just say, no, not at the moment. But when I finally decide to come back, they say, okay, they want to come back to do it again. So for her, it's 10 years later, and she was 62 back then. And if you can do the math, you know how old she is right now. And she is actually our most senior racer in the history of the Amazing Hunt.
Jaira, I want to run this by you. Do you think that's our oldest contestant in LRGs?
I think so. I think 72. Yeah.
I think in the States, at least, like Pete Morgan holds that title unofficially off the books, I think. But I don't know exactly how old he was on the game, but he was one of the oldest here. So, but I think Allison takes the crown. Congratulations, Allison. You've set a new record here. And Bill, like, that's record breaking. Thank you.
It's record breaking it's actually good for her. I mean, I have a huge respect for her when she decided to come back. And she decided to come back with one of the youngest racer we probably ever had, 15-year-old, with her granddaughter. So then it's a good balance. It's actually a good, interesting mix of the oldest and the youngest racer in the group. So, and we'll see how they will do in the upcoming 10th anniversary race.
Yeah, we have a nice little shout out for Allison here too. Susan, another fellow live reality gamer. Allison's represents our old ladies. So hey.
Yeah. All right.
Susan, you're not quite up there yet, but one of these days when you're 72, we hope to see you on the Amazing Hunt. All right. Susan played a handful of games, actually doing very well. Let's see here. Well, besides you said you have a passion for live reality games, Bill. Have you watched anything?
Yeah, I follow religiously of the Amazing Race, of course. And Survivor, most of the Survivor, I am ashamed to say that, but not all the seasons, but most of the seasons. And Big Brother, I usually watch the beginning and the end. Yes.
Same here. And I can say the same thing for Survivor. I have not seen every single season. I think I'm missing a few in the middle, but.
Yeah. And then the newest one will be The Circle, and that's actually very interesting as well.
Funny you mentioned that. I just watched The Circle on dinner we just had. So,
remind me, what is that reality TV show? The Circle.
The Circle is like The Circle is like basically a TV show like Big Brother, but they were locked in a room competing with each other. They could either use their personal profile and then to post it on. And then they can be catfish, or they can be themselves or being the catfish.
I think Jair's thinking of a new allergy. He's like, Circle. Circle BC. How's that, right?
You got me, Dustin.
And then we can mix it with the race and have them run to get groceries or something and have to run back.
Definitely, yeah.
Now, Bill, do you watch any of the little live reality games? Have you seen Survivor BC or anything like that?
I've seen Survivor BC, yes.
Nice. Now, during the filming of this last season, you were kind of impacted by the COVID pandemic. Is that correct?
A little bit, not so much of it. Yeah, so it was okay. Yeah, so there's some little Easter egg stuff that I was trying to see if people can find out. But yeah, we'll talk about this later. But mostly, I think BC was really safe. I think so. That's why Jarak was able to do Survivor BC during summertime, because we were doing good. We're still doing okay in comparison to other cities and other provinces also in different parts of the world. And hopefully this will stay the same. And me and Jarak can produce more this year in 2021.
Yeah, hopefully.
Now, for people just tuning in, we are here with Bill. Bill represents as the executive producer of The Amazing Hunt, which has a series premiere. When again, Bill?
February 15, Monday at 2 p.m. PST.
Perfect. And Jaira, of course, from Survivor BC. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're just going to talk a little bit specifically about Season 10. Now, from the intro videos that I've seen, Bill, it seems really interesting. You do take the Amazing Race. However, you have some twists and stuff. You have a two-way challenge, a hazard challenge. It's always interesting to see what you bring to this. Do you have any sneak peeks about what hazards might be coming up for the contestants?
Well, there is actually one of the clips that I already actually kind of spoiled it. It was actually on our Facebook page. So when it comes to the 10th anniversary, we're not using the word 10-year anniversary for a reason. We use the 10th anniversary. There's a lot of reason why we use the word 10th, because as if people have been watching our little clips here and there, this race we did this race in University of British Columbia, which is the largest university in BC, as well as the oldest research university. So this is not the first time we visit that university. So we first visit there when we did in the race 14, and we did this second time in race 24, and then we were supposed to do that race in race 34 in UBC, but because of the COVID, we have to switch the order of the event. So otherwise, it will be every single one will be 10 races apart from each other. Yeah. And with that said, I think if people know Vancouver well, also UBC well, the hazard challenge that we did was in a very famous tourist destination called Wreck Beach.
You're nodding your head, Gyra. That's
So Jared can maybe explain a little bit what Reg Beach is.
yeah. What is that, Gyra?
It's a nude beach, right?
Oh,
And it
So-
has like a really long staircase that's awful to walk up and down.
Yeah. It's a new beach. So we did it. We used that also. We also used that Reg Beach 3 times. This is the 3rd time. So every single time we have to come up with something a little bit different. Otherwise, people who have raced before, if they raced again, they will expect to be the same thing. So first time was a roadblock. Second time was a detour. That this time is a hazard.
oh. So interesting. I'm so excited to see it. Hopefully there's some censorship on screen when the episodes come out, right?
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. We got it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube after all, right?
Yeah. Unless you pause it, enlarge it, and then do like.
Now, speaking of filming and like the editing too, do you have like a camera crew with you? Like, do you have these people come in? Because everything is shot so well, Bill. You do an amazing job at that. Like earlier when we were talking, I said the amazing hunt because it's so nice looking.
Oh, yeah.
So in the first phase, I would usually call from 2004 2011. I have very dedicated volunteers, and they are all very passionate about the Amazing Race TV show. So they want to be a part of this to help out and then to film. And the quality sometimes can be good, can be bad, because everybody just trying to be there to be a part of it. I think everybody who do live reality game shows will know that it's really a tough job to actually get good footage out of people who are not professional videographer. So this time coming back, I actually went to quite a few people. So I would like to give shout out to 3 people at least. It's Dorian, the videographer, and Mark Yanko, and as well as Christoph Rondo. I never actually pronounced his last name, but these 3 people actually helped me out since I came back, and it helped us to improve a lot. They put in a lot of input. So with the like one of them is really good at cinematography. So, and with that said, we try to also up our game every single race that we've done. I think I'm very proud of what the 10th anniversary race is going to be. If you ever happen to see the beginning of it, you can see we're actually doing sort of like we can't really use what do you call those?
Like a drone per se?
Well, we can't really use the drone, but we use whatever we can to look like you use the drone. So yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing. Now, filming wise, you make episodes and everything. Do you plan on doing these like weekly? And how long do they go for? Do you go for like the hour-ish, or are they more like the half-hour scale?
It's more like TV shows. I try to make it a 22-minute thing. So that's what usually a typical 30-minute TV show is like. There's always about 22-minute actual TV show there. So we try to do 22, but Jara can also know that when every episode we try to make it as long as we can, because there's so many good things. But I try not to drag it too long, because people really have a hard time sitting in front of a computer or anywhere to watch a real TV show for that long, right? So.
Jira, do you struggle with that too? Editing, you're like, oh, there's so much good content, I just can't fit everything in.
Oh yeah, I definitely do that. Struggle. It's just the struggle is real. Choosing which to show and which not to show. Yeah.
Now these days we have the pause button. Now it's not like the show's streaming live on whatever TV network you watch. We can actually hit the pause button. So I find that very convenient. If we're like, wait, gotta go get seconds on dinner, gotta run upstairs or whatnot. So
True. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Do you plan on releasing these like weekly, Bill?
Yes, and the premiere is on February 15, and then I will release episodically. I'm doing this time. We're doing a little bit different. We're actually doing episode 0.
Oh,
1, 2, and 3. There's
Okay.
The reason why I do episode 0 is because I really appreciate these teams or the people that actually joined the race. They took their time for me to interview them. So the reason why this time, when the 10th anniversary, it's a special milestone for the Amazing Hunt, but at the same time, it's like I want to make sure that these people they can represent a different spectrum of the general public, right? So I asked them a lot of questions. The interview goes on from half an hour to an hour long. In the end of it, what you see on YouTube, on the Facebook right now in our page is the 60-second sort of like quick version of it. So some people like to use those at doing cast assessment. But in the actual episode 0, we actually have about 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 30 seconds of interview for each team. Some people like to skip those, some people don't. So that's why if people like to actually get to know them a little better, they can watch episode 0. And if they don't, they can just go straight to episode 1. Yeah.
Now, you spoke about watching them on YouTube. Is that your main sort of content, Bill? Or do you have a website that people can go to? Like, how do people find you?
They can find me they find The Amazing Hunt at theamazinghunt.com. That's our official website. But most of the time, because of how things are different back then and now, everybody's using Facebook. So a lot of content, they can find it on our Facebook page. So if you search The Amazing Hunt on Facebook, you can see a little yellow circle that says The Amazing Hunt. Click on it, like it, and subscribe, please.
And for people watching at home so I brought it up myself. Let's just check out the website. It looks so nice. There's a little video that plays on there. I do have my sound on to share, so I just turned that down for the time being. But I'm super excited. So you can just sign up for the events like you said there, and then all your social media is right on the bottom. It's super easy, super nice to get to. It looks really well, Bill.
Oh, thank you.
I'm excited to see this one. Battle Royale. Looks like you're doing a little bit of a Survivor spinoff, perhaps?
Yeah, I actually took inspiration from Jaira, to be honest, because I actually read this article back in 2007, 2008. I actually read the article that you got interviewed. Back, you remember that?
Yeah. Which article? I got interviewed by a few.
Yeah, I think I got one. I think I'm not sure which one, but yeah, and I saw his article. Oh, there's somebody in BC are actually doing live reality games. So it's not just me. So I don't feel that alone right now. I have somebody else who are actually doing it too. And so I mean, we're not fighting with each other. So because he's doing Survivor, he's very good at doing Survivor, and I'm very good at doing the Amazing Race type of thing. So we have our own little circle, but we always want to cross. Like to have some
intersection or something.
Yeah. Just like we have Matthew in our 2010 races and joined Jaira season 4, I believe. Yeah. And then I also have Cole and Austin, which some of you may know from lots of different Survivor games.
Even this current season, right? Cole was on this. Yeah.
And then Cole came to our 34 races, not the one that we were to premiere, but the next one. Yeah, so he teamed up with his best friend Austin. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see this cast of 33 too. I kind of watched their promo videos, just their little short intros, and they do take some time, and it's really nice to see how each of them are affected. Not nice, of course, but compassionate to see how they're affected by the COVID epidemic. You had some healthcare workers, some moms that had to stay home with their parents that were really appreciative of that. Yep. And then some even grad students that bought these elaborate gowns and stuff and they couldn't use them. So,
yes. So yeah, and it's good to actually, sometimes when come to casting, I think every one of us in the live reality games show can know that sometimes it's just, for me personally, I feel like it's luck because I don't really do going through the full casting process. But it just at this point right now, we have people who are in the older generation, people who are just graduated, and people who lost jobs because of COVID, and also people who have to stay home with their kids because they really don't go to work that often. Also the first responders, of course, and then people who are married for 20 years, and people who have to who have their own business. They don't have to get affected by COVID. Yeah. So, yeah.
And I like to see how they each dealt with it differently. Even though you maybe have two sets of parents, one set of parents was like, oh, I have to work from home now, and all the kids are there, and we're not pulling out each other's hair. We're kind of over the top. And then the other one, the mom's like, well, I'm kind of blessed to spend this time with my kids and raise them. It's time that I couldn't commit before. So it's really nice to see how they're both like together in this, but different togetherness, I guess you could say. So
yes, everybody has their own journey, especially in this difficult time. And I'm so happy that they're willing to share their personal perspective of their life with me and also share with all of you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want to say thank you as well, because I'm super excited to see this. Premiere goes out on the 15th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Monday is Family Day in Canada. Learn something new every day, right?
Yeah.
Well, any final comments before we go? I do want to quick show our viewers at home that are watching live with us about the Survivor spinoff. Not any competition with BC, of course. There's still BC. But I'm excited to see this Battle Royale. So let's just pause for a moment and pop this up. You haven't seen this either, Jaira?
I actually have. I saw the on the YouTube channel. I saw the promo for Battle Royale. I was really excited.
Nice. Let's all check it out here, and we'll be on screen with us too. So here we go.
During this difficult time of the COVID-19 pandemic, we're all fighting the battle, staying safe and trying to live a normal life. As a Vancouverite living in BC, we are very thankful that we are currently in a good situation, that we can still go out and enjoy the weather, dine in restaurants, and do small scale of adventure. This summer, a group of family members will also be fighting their battle in a game for the throne. I'm your host, Ryan Steele. This is a competition where 26 contestants fight for their chance to be crowned the next king or queen. It is a survival for the fittest. This is Battle Royale.
I just want to say I have an instant favorite. Like, Gia is obviously going to win this whole thing. How could you vote her out? Like, that pose, that was like perfect.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see how this the battle one turns out. Bill, you mentioned it's on a shorter scale. However, some of the best content comes out of the shorter scale stuff. For instance, like Backyard Survivor, the Australian one, took place pretty much overnight, and it was just fantastic to watch, all the character development. So I think really this should be fun to watch, and I know it will be. It's super nice looking. So
thank you.
Let's see, Jaira, any final thoughts about The Amazing Hunt? I learned so much, and I feel like there's a whole show I have to binge watch now. I feel like we just found this show on Netflix. I have to watch from the start.
I feel the same way, Dustin. Bill, actually, I have this question.
Yep.
Has there been a player in all the seasons past that you've done, or a team of players that has really impacted you positively, inspired you, or they had a life story that was very inspiring?
Any life story? I think all of them are very inspiring. I think Allison is the most recent one. I think for the reason why I also like to, for The Amazing Hunt, for me, is like a community. So it's for people who, it's not just for the people who like The Amazing Race, but for people who like to do adventure, who like to challenge themselves, who like to do something different and then be more active. And it doesn't matter with the age, doesn't matter with the gender, doesn't matter what you do in life or what kind of physical shape you are. It's just that if you have that mindset, you want to do something different, you want to challenge yourself, then you can always be a part of the Amazing Hunt, Survivor BC, or any live reality TV games. So for people like Allison, 72, and if you noticed in the Battle Royale clip that you just played, that's actually the extended family of the Allison's family.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all. Like most of them doing a Survivor thing, and
awesome.
Yeah, so because we can't really have strangers doing competition, so then Allison just said, "Why don't we do it as a family event?" So family with 26 people try to vote each other off. That actually is an interesting thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like there's a blood versus water, and there's like a blood versus blood. Like everyone's connected. Like who are you gonna vote off? Like you're voting your grandma off. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So it sounds like grandma's ready for competition, though, especially.
Allison's very competitive despite her age. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super excited to see it, and the premiere comes out February 15th, 2 p.m. Pacific time. You will be streaming the premiere live on YouTube, I take it?
Yeah, we'll be streaming live on YouTube. Yeah.
Fantastic. I can't wait to check it out. Jaira, thanks again for coming on with this. Bill, thank you for having the time to sit down with us and showing us this great Netflix show that I have to binge watch now, especially to see the transition. You said especially like Allison too, starting out in such an earlier season, maybe some sneak peeks of previous gameplay to see how it influences this upcoming gameplay. So very excited. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. Thank you, Dylan, for tuning in right here. Jaira the legend. There we are. Susan, representing the older ladies in the crew, and then Kirk, of course. Thank you for tuning in, and everyone. Thank you forever you watch this. Facebook.com/live-realitygames, or even on our YouTube page. Thank you, and don't forget theamazingrace.com. Until then, we'll talk to you all later.
All right.
Bye.